Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and this is the dark tale of the day. Yes, dear fiends of the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network is a channel where the news meets conspiracy theories. It makes babies in my brain and it comes out my mouth. We explore the darkest stories from the deepest corners of Hollywood and the world. If you like this sort of entertainment, be sure to like, follow, and hit that bell because I am not going to stop. Welcome back, dear fiends of the den. Me and my floating head are back with some haunted history of Hollywood. But first, before I go any further, I had to let you know that I tried some Rhode skin products, her makeup. I have some blush, I've got some lip peptide, lip shape, and the milk glaze, and I have to give it a 5 out of 5. I feel younger. So I was not paid for this. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're looking to try Rhode Beauty, I'm 49 years old and it looks great on aging skin. So 5 stars, highly recommended. Now let's talk about the incomparable Mae West. First things first, Mae West's famous line. She was sassy, suggestive, and unforgettable, and her most iconic quote, "Why don't you come up sometime and see me?" She delivered it in the 1933 film She'd Done Him Wrong, playing the sultry Lady Lou opposite Cary Grant. The line became so famous, it was often misquoted as, "Come up and see me sometime," which Mae cheekily embraced for the rest of her career. Other gems from her repertoire include, "When I'm good, I'm very good. But when I'm bad, I'm better. I used to be Snow White, but I drifted. Too much of a good thing can be wonderful." So these were her punchy, sassy sayings. Now let's find out more about her incredible life and the dark secrets. Miss Mae West is a New York City girl. She was born Mary Jane West on August 17th, 1893 in Brooklyn, New York. So she grew up in a working class family, and her father was a prize fighter and later a special policeman, while her mother was a corset and fashion model. Well, doesn't that make some sense? And she passed away on November 22nd, 1980, at the age of 87 in her apartment at the Ravenswood in Hollywood, California. And this was following a stroke and a fall earlier that year. And Mae West is laid to rest in the Cypress Hill Cemetery in Brooklyn, returning to the borough where she was born and her legendary journey began. We're going to peel back this curtain. She is one of Hollywood's most unforgettable icons, and she wasn't just provocative on screen. Behind the scenes, she played a game of power, seduction, and secrecy that rivals any modern day fixer drama. So, all these handlers and everything, they could not handle Miss Mae West. So, she was the queen of the double entendre. She burst onto the stage with her razor sharp wit and unapologetic sexuality at a time when America was tightly corseted with moral restraint. She wrote her own material, bold, brassy, and dripping with innuendo. Her play, Sex, landed her in jail in 1927, but it also skyrocketed her to fame. That arrest was not accidental. It was her calculated entrance into pop culture mythology. Have you heard of the Hays Code? So, the Hays Code is officially known as the Motion Picture Production Code. It was a set of moral guidelines that governed the content of American films from 1934 to 1968. And it was Hollywood's self imposed censorship system designed to avoid government regulation and appease critics who saw movies as morally corrupting. So, Mae West had basically the Hays Code trying to snuff her out, totally snuff her flame. But Mae knew how to play the game, and she hired personal legal advisors and PR men and early fixers who kept her image dazzling while quietly managing studio battles and religious protests. So rumors swirled that some of these handlers had connections to local law enforcement, ensuring Mae's brushes with scandal never became permanent stains. Now, Mae West also had a private empire. Off screen, she was more than diamond and sass. She owned her scripts, she financed her shows, and she built a real estate portfolio that made her one of the wealthiest women in Hollywood. Her companions were often strongmen and boxers because her father was a prize fighter, and men with very murky pasts. So, this led some insiders to speculate that she enjoyed the protection of these underground circles, which were tied allegedly to organized crime. But nothing has been confirmed. But then again, as we know, the best fixers leave no trace. Now, in her later years, Mae West reemerged with a cult status. Still glamorous, still risque, and still in control. She denied plastic surgery and claimed that the secrets to her vitality were, quote, sex and spinach. But behind that facade was a woman who knew how to bend systems to her will and never let anyone else write her narrative. Mae West once said, quote, I always say, keep a diary and someday it'll keep you. So Mae West was not just managed by Hollywood fixers. In many ways, she was also one of them because she knew how to charm the media, dodge censors, and protect her empire with a velvet glove and an iron will. I wonder if Mae West was one of the velvet no's. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think? Could Mae West have been a velvet no herself? Seems like she was strong enough to be. So let's get to a little bit of Oscars trivia. All right, so this is an easy one. No Googling though, everyone. Tell me what you think in the comments. What year were the very first Academy Awards held? Option 1, 1929. Option 2, 1935. And option 3, 1925. Stay tuned and I'll give you the answer on the next Haunted History of Hollywood. And thank you for joining me in the den. If you have any stories you'd like to share or would like to be a guest in the den, please email me at welcometothedenpodcast@gmail.com. Must be 21 and over. And if you like dark, creepy stories as much as I do here in the den, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And as always, thank you for joining me here at the Dark Entertainment Network.